Hey, this is Gene. I just want to talk about something that I just encountered today. I went to a school. I went to high school with a couple guys. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of friends, but I had a few of them. I had one that was pretty good athlete. I think the last time I went back there, that's when I don't know if you've seen it on my video. I said we found a body in a creek, and he was with me. That was the guy that was with me. I haven't really talked to this guy for years and years. Every now and then he says something to me, usually based on what's going on. He's an Alabama fan, even though I've lived in Alabama for a while now, and have a lot of the traditional of Alabama. I'm not sure that he's ever been to Alabama. Just saying. I don't know why I've always liked him. He liked him when he was 17. He did. He liked Tony Nathan came from Alabama. He liked Alabama back then. So I can't say that his fandom in the late '80s or early '80s was not real. It was. Um, so, but I'm just noticing he's been starting to just absolutely go crazy online. And again, I just sometimes because we're Facebook friends, and again, I have not seen him probably in 30 years, face to face. I saw him many years ago. I went down to St. Petersburg and went to his house. He didn't have any kids or anything like that, and I don't know if he still does or doesn't have any. He's a very, I don't know how to really say, but anyway, he went his way, I went my way. He didn't really go anyway. He kind of like stayed there. He never left the state of Florida that I'm aware of. He's still there. Um, but I've just noticed, and I've noticed this before, but he's continued far and far and far to the left. And he started posting stuff after Charlie got killed. And at first, he was basically parroting what Occupy Democrats were saying. And he just put it out there, and it was basically saying if you say shit like this, you almost deserve to be killed like that. And he kind of like stopped that, and he had a couple posts after that saying that I don't really mean that kind of. But then he starts going back, and if you look at his Facebook stuff, he's just anti-Trump, just a huge amount of Trump derangement syndrome. And look, there's a lot of things about Trump I don't like. I mean, I don't like how he's so cozy up to Israel. I just don't. And I don't think he's done enough in the border. Some other things he's just not done enough when it comes to that. Did I vote for him? Yeah, I did it twice. 3 times, actually. I voted for Obama twice, though. And he, I just put on there, and he was saying shit about, after a couple days now, he's like, now I think I can go back on and start saying shit. And I just put a GIF out there and I said, what is wrong with you? And he just started telling me all this shit. And then he said that I'm trying to defend the Constitution, and and I'm like, okay. He has this problem with religion, right? And when he was young, he had all the original Beatles albums. He had been collecting them, and this is after I went in the military, and I found out he just kind of like caught up in some sort of shit, some sort of religious cult type of thing, and that cult told him to get rid of all his shit, so he got rid of all of it. And then he got out of it, and he got married and all that stuff, and he does his own thing, but he's just against religion altogether. And when it's invoked, he has a problem with it. And I just said to him, I said, look, we're talking here on messaging. I'm not going to go on Facebook and call you out. I know why you're upset about religion. I absolutely understand that. I said, but Charlie was a good man. What you're saying is just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. And he's kind of like what these guys do. He's like a woman. He just long fucking paragraphs saying I got a defense, and if you even remotely like anything the 47 has said, that you're evil itself. Because I said to him, I said, look, this is not about Republican versus Democrat. It's not about left versus right. It's good versus evil. You cannot support anybody that somehow gets some joy out of a citizen of this country being killed, and like a public execution. You can't have some sort of joy with that just because your ideology dictates it. So he brings it back. And he's like, I'm defending the Constitution, all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to respond to him. I can't, because I can't really write anymore. But when you talk about defending the Constitution, I did that for 24 years. He's never left the fucking state. What are you talking about? No fucking rights has ever been taken away from him. Nobody he knows has ever lost any rights. He says that we're living in a fascist society. He says, I am against that. I'm Antifa. I said, you're Antifa. I said, don't fucking ever respond to me again. I don't know who you are. Don't respond to me. You're fucking lost. And again, I don't know the guy anymore, right? You change when you were in high school, and then you become family and all that stuff, and you change. But it's like this guy, he wouldn't care if something happened to me, even though we used to basically sleep together in the same bed, not sexually, but there was no other place to fucking sleep in his house. We were good friends. He would never act like this. And he's like, I just want to I basically want to shake him. And I said, you've changed another ideology for what that shit you had 30 years ago, 40 years ago, that apparently hurt you so much that you just are against our type of religion. So you move to another fucking ideology. And you think that that's the right thing. You think that this country is fascist. You have no fucking idea what fascism is. If it really was fascist, I'd be with you, right? But it's not. I'm like, oh my God. And I just don't even know. I mean, if you just go on his Facebook thing and shit is just littered all over it. He's basically, like having illegals being detained is somehow wrong. These are the same people that won't say shit. Not even when it comes to their house and kill someone in their house, they'll still say it's fine. They're just so lost. And it's unfortunate because he's from my generation. He's a Generation X. He shouldn't feel this way. I get it for women. I do. Most of the problem that we have, the people that got fired, the people that were saying shit online are fucking women. But men saying shit like this, saying that he's Antifa, I said, don't fucking send it. Don't send your messages to me saying you're Antifa. I mean, I don't really 100% understand why Trump says it's going to be a terrorist. Okay, whatever. But I don't want to be even remotely related to that, because these people have no fucking idea what they're doing. And you're a 60-year-old man. What, are you out there marching in the streets doing shit like this with your face covered? I mean, I'm wondering at this point. Thank God I don't think he has any kids. I've seen pictures on his FaceTime of kids, of babies, but he's 60 years old. Unless he found somebody I think that's probably, I don't know what that is. It's just unfortunate I had really 2 or 3 really good friends, and the other 2 are pretty much solid. Like I said, I told him, I said, look, I'm still a Democrat. I said, I've stayed right where I've been. The party has left me behind. I said, I believe in free speech. I'm a classical liberal. I believe most of the liberal tenets. But I can't sit there and just say transgender is a real thing. I can't do it. I can't sit there and say, I can't put my head in the sand and say, yeah, what's happening in the black community is a good thing. When we basically replaced fathers in the homes with the government, I can't sit there and say that's a good thing. I cannot lift up single mothers in the black community or the white community. I can't do it because it's not good. We have to understand that regardless of what side you're on, the nuclear family was always considered to be a good thing. Now it's not. And it's not all people on the left, but the people that run the party that's the loudest, they believe this shit. Or they think because they get enough money from those types of people that they're going to just parrot this. So it's very, I don't know what it is. It's very disappointing. Again, this was a guy, that thinks, that just wasn't that type of dude, but it's clear he's very easily led. And he's telling me I'm helping people. Well, who are you helping? Dividing us on some sort of ideology that you think you're anti-fascist? Okay, go do something about that. Join the fucking military and go over there and fight those wars. Where you think fascism is going on. Do you think, again, having this conversation, I can't. All right? Because I can't articulate it enough. I can't write it down. It's just disappointing. And I know I'm not the only person that runs to this. Family or friends you had before, all of a sudden you see stuff on Facebook and they've unfollowed you because you said you shouldn't be shooting people in public. They look at, I thought I did, and he didn't look the video. I don't know if he took the video I put out there about we need to be better. Charlie is not was never a bad person. And if you actually listen to the entire things he said, you realize he's not a bad person. It's all common sense. He's like, I'm here to help people. Okay, you do that, Doug. And anyway, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you run into this at all. I mean, we're all biased like that, you know. But I think that when you look at common sense, and that's, I remember when I was in the military, I said if I ever run, that would be the common sense thing, right? The common sense party. 80% we're gonna get right, right? We're just so divided on so stupid grounds that we can't realize that, you know, probably it's not good to tell your kid when they're 3 years old that if they think they're a boy when they're a girl, that we're going to support that and confirm it. This is stupid. We need to fucking wake up and say that that's not the right way to go. I could talk about that in other videos, but again, thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you then. Please, if you have any questions or any comments, just let me know below, and we'll talk about in the comments. Should I talk about Manchester United? Yeah, I'll do that in another video. You guys have a good day. Bye.